immediately, just with that shot, a sense of Mikhail Louis just being a little more hurried. Mark Wood doesn't take much to get going, does he? That first ball is at 93.9 miles an hour.
Yeah, not a big stride. I think the previous commentators did a piece on Mikhail Louis and how much stride he gets going forward compared to Brathwaite. I think you were part of that. There, he was hardly out of the blocks.
And a bit of swing as well. Swing at 96.1 miles an hour is about the hardest thing for any opening batter. High pace and a little movement. If Wood gets that straighter and brings the stumps into play, then watch out.
So what are you doing, opening batter, Michael Atherton, having faced those guys who were less than 95, 96 miles per hour? Is it a backlift thing? Is it a shorter stride? How do you trigger now?
There's an old phrase, isn't there? Get up to the other end. Play fast bowling from the other end. Well, watch the ball. Hope your instincts are good. You trained yourself as an opening batter to play this kind of pace, or at least you should have done. And back in the day, the bowling machines were exceptionally useful just to quicken up your reaction speeds or reactions to fast bowling. You can't ask bowlers to bowl at you in the nets for any length of time at this pace, and there's not many who can do it anyway, but you can crank that bowling machine up and just make sure your reactions are as good as they can be.
Fielder coming in to slip for that line. I'll tell you one of the things, if nothing happens, that we had discussions about with Three Gullies.
Very good. That was zeroing in, wasn't it, on the base of the stumps. Mikhail Louis did well and gets up the other end.
And I think it speaks to that delivery. Remember, we had discussions when we were playing in Brian Lara and 1 or 2, and we were facing up against Waqar Yunus and Wasim Akram in their pump. And one of the things the guys talked about as batters is just shortening. You know, Brian had this exorbitant backlift, just shortening the backlift just a little bit so that you're not late on it, and using the pace of the ball as Mikhail Louis did there, not forcing the shot, but using the bowler's pace.
Very fast opening over that from Mark Wood. 36 for none. It's a great shame we don't have the kind of numbers that we can run now on fast bowlers to know exactly how quick the likes of Jeff Thompson et al. Would have been back in the day. I have no doubt that some of them, like Tyson and Thompson, were as quick as we're seeing from Mark Wood now. They did have that fast bowling competition, didn't they, in Perth many, many years ago when they were put on the clock. This is the second of Mark Wood's overs this morning. We mentioned that the first was the quickest by an England bowler at home. The second was even quicker. Got about 0.4 of a second from the moment that ball leaves Mark Wood's hand until it gets to you. 0.4 of a second.